Mary Roth was taken away to a mental asylum. In those days when Mary would have been put into the institution, mental health care as we know it today didn't exist. Treatments at that time were little more than keeping the insane away from the rest of us.
Stretchers have to go through since this is a medical surgical facility.
Oh.
Yeah, that's right.
How long have you been working here?
I've worked for the St. Joseph Museums, Inc. for 25 years, but the Glore only became part of us just a few years ago, so I had to learn a lot. Now, I wanted to be a psychiatrist when I grew up, but I couldn't hack it.
Yeah.
The belief was that they were possessed by evil spirits, and that persisted into the 17th and 18th centuries. Often the mentally ill became victims of bizarre exorcisms or casting out rituals. This is a tranquilizer chair. It was developed by Dr. Benjamin Rush, who was the father of American psychiatry, also one of the original signers of the Declaration of Independence. The chair was to calm an agitated patient. He believed that if you strap them in, obviously their muscles are going to relax. From here he could administer treatment. They would be totally immobilized. Obviously you've got the hood for sight, legs are strapped, arms are strapped. They might be in this chair for up to 6 months, however long it took to calm them.
And they never get out for 6 months?
No, they could be here up to 6
my
months.
God.
That's the reason for the bucket. Obviously, you've human beings.
So they would be in a gown then, I guess. With
Right. They would be in a gown. And obviously, you need to take care of certain needs.
That's sad.
These are Trefination tools. We know that in prehistoric times they were drilling holes in skulls. There's been some debate as to what they were trying to accomplish. But we know that they were experimenting with how to heal the brain. There's a Trefination drill from 1865. A copper ceremonial Trefination knife. The middle is a bronze stone hammer, serrated edge from 1850 that would have been used to cut the skull. They would have thought possessed by demons because they didn't understand the concept of epilepsy. To them, what they were accomplishing with Trefination was releasing the demons, whatever was disturbing this person.
Stevens was fighting to keep her out of the institution. If you really think she's the devil, wait till you put her inside the insane asylum. You really will bring the devil.
This is a Utica crib. It's a restraint device from the 19th century. The whole concept came to America brought by a French physician in 1846. Basically, the crib was to keep a person in a certain place. From there, they could deal with whatever therapy they deemed necessary. This particular Utica crib we displayed by installing the door upside down so people could see how terribly scratched it had become in being used.
As you told us, Kathy, there was bite marks and fingernail scratchings on the bottom and on the top, as we can see.
Lots of wear and tear.
I mean, mass madness.
We have an original restraint cage that's a gray steel from Fulton, Missouri, which was State Lunatic Asylum number 1. Up to 3 people might be stuffed in one box.
Treatments in those days involved locking the insane into cages or into straitjackets, bleeding them with leeches, or giving them what were called cold water baths, which meant putting them in tubs full of scalding water and then dunking them into icy cold water as a shock to the system in hopes that it might cure their insanity.
They kept them in here in this. She wants me to get in. Are these stable? Okay. I got to tell you this too. It was either The water temperature was different in different tubs. It was either very, very hot or very, very cold. They were trying to shrink. They were trying to shrink me. They were trying to make me small. Or I was I was in here for many hours.
Poor Mary Roth was kept in the water cure at the asylum for over 18 months, but all to no purpose except pain.
After a lifetime of strange and violent fits and seizures, there was screaming. The relatives ran upstairs to find her having one of these violent fits, and as they say in the pamphlet, at which time she expired.